The sound starts at 10 o'clock every night, a low hum from the nightstand, a steady push of air through a flexible tube connected to a mask pressed against someone's face. That hum is a motor spinning inside a sealed plastic housing, compressing room air and delivering it at a precise pressure to hold a sleeping person's airway open. That motor is the only thing preventing the brain from dropping oxygen levels 30 or 40 times an hour, jarring the heart and fragmenting sleep. Nobody thinks about that motor until the machine breaks, or until a letter arrives that changes everything. In 2021, Philips Respironics recalled more than 5 million CPAP machines because the sound abatement foam inside was degrading into particles and releasing chemicals into the air path. Users were breathing every night. People who trusted the device were breathing foam dust for years. That recall destroyed trust overnight. And it exposed the one truth about CPAP machines that nobody talks about. The part that matters is sealed inside the housing where you cannot see it, test it, or service it. The motor, the compressor, the pressure sensor, and the air delivery path are all built at the factory and never opened again. A CPAP machine is a medical device disguised as a consumer gadget. You choose a brand based on who engineered that motor and who will still answer the phone in 5 years. Here are 10 CPAP brands worth buying in 2026 and 3 that everyone gets completely wrong, plus a bonus item at the end that most sleep doctors will not mention, but every CPAP user should own. Whether you are buying your first machine after a new diagnosis or replacing one that has been running for 8 years, these are the companies that build their own motors and stand behind the sealed component that keeps someone breathing. Go to the machine on your nightstand right now and look at the brand name on the front. If it says Philips DreamStation with a recalled serial number, stop using it and file a replacement claim today. A CPAP motor has a service life of 5 to 7 years. If yours is older, the countdown below is your shopping list. The ground rule is simple. The brand must build its own motor and compressor. Companies that design and manufacture their own blower motors also engineer the pressure sensors, the humidifier integration, and the air path as one connected system. Companies that buy a generic motor and wrap it in a plastic shell have no control over the one sealed component that determines whether the machine delivers accurate pressure all night. Number 10. Breas, the Swedish engineering approach to respiratory care. Breas is based in Gothenburg, Sweden, and has been building ventilators for hospitals since 1991. The company was originally part of Siemens, which means its engineering DNA comes from one of the largest medical technology companies on Earth. Their home CPAP line uses the same motor platform, certified to European medical device standards. The Z-Series Travel CPAP is the lightest full-pressure machine on the market at 10 ounces, yet uses the same brushless motor architecture as their clinical devices. The TEL is the motor warranty. Breas covers the blower motor for 3 years on a travel device. Most travel machines cover the motor for 1 year because the small form factor stresses components harder. When a Swedish ventilator company puts a 3-year motor warranty on a device you can fit in a jacket pocket, the engineering was never compromised for size. Breas machines sell for $600 to $900. Number 9. Weinmann, the German precision approach. Weinmann was founded in Hamburg, Germany in 1974 and built emergency ventilators and sleep therapy devices for European hospitals for decades. In 2012, Weinmann merged with Lowenstein Medical, but the Weinmann name still appears on devices sold through European clinical channels. The construction philosophy is German medical engineering. Every pressure curve is calibrated to a clinical standard, and every motor is tested to run continuously for over 20,000 hours. The TEL is the data. Weinmann devices record and export therapy compliance data in formats that European sleep clinics use for clinical follow-up. A machine that generates clinical-grade data is built to a tighter pressure tolerance than a consumer device. Weinmann machines sell for $700 to $1,000. Number 8. DeVilbiss, the American workhorse. DeVilbiss has been building respiratory equipment since 1907. The DeVilbiss IntelliPAP series has been one of the most widely prescribed CPAP platforms in the United States for over 15 years. The motor is a brushless blower designed and manufactured in-house, rated for over 20,000 hours of continuous operation. That is roughly 7 years of nightly use. The IntelliPAP is not flashy. The TEL is the decibel rating. The IntelliPAP records under 26 decibels at standard pressure, which means the motor is balanced and the housing is engineered for sound dampening without foam that degrades. DeVilbiss machines sell for $500 to $700. Number 7. Apex Medical, the Taiwanese specialist. Apex Medical is based in Taipei and has been manufacturing respiratory and mobility equipment since 1990. Apex is an original equipment manufacturer, meaning they build machines other brands rebrand. The ICH series CPAP machines use a German-engineered blower motor sourced from Lowenstein Motor Division, paired with Apex's own pressure control board. That combination matters because the motor comes from a company that builds clinical ventilators, and the electronics come from a company that has been manufacturing for 3 decades. The TEL is the modular humidifier. The humidifier chamber detaches completely from the main unit, which means you can travel with just the motor unit and leave the humidifier at home. Apex machines sell for $400 to $600. Number 6. BMC. The Chinese manufacturer that changed the price floor. BMC Medical is based in Beijing and has grown into one of the largest CPAP manufacturers in the world by volume. The Resmart series machines are built around BMC-owned blower motor design, manufactured at scale in their Beijing facility. BMC machines are functional CPAP delivery systems that meet basic international standards for pressure accuracy. The reason they appear on this list is that BMC is one of the few manufacturers that builds its own motor at this price point. Buying BMC direct means you get the motor without the markup. BMC machines sell for $300 to $500, and parts are available from the factory. Number 5. 3B Medical Luna. The American value play. 3B Medical is based in Winter Garden, Florida, and was founded by former executives from other major CPAP companies. The Luna G3 is the flagship, designed to compete with machines twice the price. The motor is sourced from a Tier 1 supplier, but the pressure algorithm and the user interface are engineered by 3B Medical team in Florida. The Luna includes a heated humidifier and a touchscreen. Most machines at this price lack. The TEL is the warranty. 3B Medical covers the entire machine including the motor for 3 years at no extra cost, and they offer a lifetime trade-in program. A company that guarantees the motor for 3 years and wants the machine back when you upgrade is telling you it built something meant to last. The Luna sells for $500 to $700. Now we reach the top 4. These are the companies that do not just build CPAP machines. They define the category. Every machine below this point has a motor designed from scratch by engineers who build nothing but respiratory equipment. Every brand remaining has a service network, a clinical research division, and a track record measured in decades. If you want a machine that lasts, pay close attention. Number 4. Lowenstein Medical. The German engineering standard. Lowenstein Medical is based in Bad Ems, Germany, and traces its roots to 1969. The company builds anesthesia machines, intensive care ventilators, and sleep therapy devices for hospitals across Europe. The Prisma series CPAP machines are considered the most precisely engineered consumer sleep devices ever made. The motor is a German-manufactured brushless blower calibrated to a pressure tolerance of 1/10 of 1 centimeter of water. Most CPAP machines vary by half a centimeter or more during the night. Lowenstein machines hold pressure so tightly that European sleep clinics use them as reference devices to calibrate other brands. The TEL is the software. The Prisma records every breath, every pressure fluctuation, and every apnea event with a level of detail no other consumer machine matches. The data export is so detailed that sleep physicians use it directly for clinical decision-making. Lowenstein machines sell for $800 to $1,200. Number 3. Philips Respironics. Yes, the company behind the recall. Here is why they are still on this list. After the 2021 recall, Philips completely redesigned the DreamStation. The new DreamStation 2 has no sound abatement foam at all. The motor housing was redesigned from scratch using a different sound dampening architecture that eliminates the foam entirely. Philips invested over $1 billion in the redesign. The motor is Philips' own microblower design, tested to the same standard as their hospital ventilators. The reason Philips stays on this list is that their motor engineering is world-class. The pressure response during exhalation, called flex technology, is the most natural-feeling pressure relief in the industry. No other brand matches the smoothness of Philips' exhalation relief. The post-recall DreamStation 2 is a better machine than the original because the failure forced a ground-up redesign. Philips Respironics machines sell for $800 to $1,000. Number 2. Fisher & Paykel, the New Zealand humidification pioneer. Fisher & Paykel Healthcare is based in Auckland, New Zealand, and has been building respiratory humidification systems for hospitals since 1971. Their heated humidifiers are used in intensive care units and neonatal wards around the world. That expertise is the foundation of their CPAP line. The SleepStyle series uses Fisher & Paykel patented heated breathing tube, which maintains temperature and humidity from the machine to the mask without condensation. Most CPAP humidifiers lose moisture as the air cools traveling through the tube. Fisher & Paykel solved this by heating the tube itself. The motor is a New Zealand-designed blower, with a pressure sensor that adjusts output based on altitude, mask leak, and breathing pattern. The tell is the humidifier. If the water chamber is built to the same standard as an intensive care humidifier, the company understands the entire air delivery path. Fisher and Paykel machines sell for $600 to $800. Number 1. ResMed AirSense, the single best CPAP machine you can buy in 2026. ResMed is based in San Diego, California, and was founded in 1989 by Dr. Peter Farrell, who developed the first commercially successful CPAP technology. The AirSense 11 uses ResMed 4th generation brushless blower motor, designed and manufactured in their own facilities. The motor is paired with ResMed proprietary algorithm called expiratory pressure relief, which drops the pressure during exhalation and restores it before the next breath. The AirSense 11 includes a built-in heated humidifier, a cellular modem that transmits therapy data to your doctor every morning, and an auto-adjusting pressure mode that responds to apnea events within a single breath. The machine learns your breathing pattern over the first 30 nights and optimizes pressure for your airway. The tell is the modem. ResMed is the only company that built a cellular data network specifically for sleep therapy compliance reporting. Doctors prescribe ResMed more than every other brand combined because the data is reliable and the motor is proven over decades. ResMed has been building CPAP motors for over 30 years. The AirSense 11 sells for $800 to $1,000, and it is the machine every other brand on this list is measured against. Now, the 3 that everyone gets completely wrong. First, the Amazon no-name CPAP. Everyone sees a device on a marketplace for $150 and assumes it is a bargain. Here is what you are buying: a generic plastic box with an uncalibrated fan motor that has no medical device certification, no FDA registration, and no pressure accuracy testing. A real CPAP motor delivers pressure accurate to within a fraction of a centimeter of water. An uncalibrated fan motor fluctuates by several centimeters, which means the pressure drops too low to hold the airway open and then spikes too high, causing central apneas, where the brain forgets to breathe. No licensed sleep physician will prescribe an unbranded marketplace CPAP. Second, the used CPAP from a classified site. Everyone sees a ResMed or Philips machine for $200 and assumes they are getting a deal. Here are the 2 problems nobody mentions. First, sanitation. A CPAP machine pushes air through a humidifier chamber, a filter, and a tube that connects to a mask pressed against someone's face for 8 hours a night. Every surface inside that air path accumulates bacteria and mold over years of use. You cannot see it, you cannot clean it completely, and you are breathing whatever the previous owner left behind. Second, pressure calibration. CPAP motors lose calibration over time. The pressure sensor drifts, the motor bearings wear, and the machine delivers less pressure than the display shows. A used machine that reads 10 centimeters might be delivering 7. That is a fan with a number on the screen. Never buy one. Third, the one everyone writes off: the positional therapy device or wedge pillow. Most people dismiss a $30 foam wedge as a useless gimmick. Here is what they miss: positional sleep apnea, where apnea events occur primarily when sleeping on the back, accounts for roughly half of all mild to moderate sleep apnea cases. For those patients, keeping the body on its side eliminates the majority of apnea events without a machine. A positional therapy device has no motor, no mask, no tube, and no calibration to drift. The only thing that can fail is a foam wedge compressing, and that costs $30 to replace. For someone whose sleep study shows positional apnea, a wedge pillow outperforms a CPAP machine because the intervention targets the actual cause. That is the whole point of this list. The solution with no motor outperforms the machine with 5 sensors when the problem was never about pressure. So before you buy, do these 5 things. 1. Get a sleep study and a prescription with your exact pressure setting before you choose a machine. 2. Buy from an authorized dealer with a licensed respiratory therapist on staff. 3. Verify the motor warranty covers at least 2 years and ask if parts are stocked in your country. 4. Choose a machine with a heated humidifier and heated tube if you live anywhere with cold or dry air. 5. Replace the filter monthly and have the pressure checked annually at a clinic that performs CPAP calibration testing. Do those 5 things and the machine you buy will still be working when the cheaper option has failed twice over. Bonus item: a portable battery backup. Most CPAP users never think about power until the grid goes down at 2 in the morning and the machine stops. A portable lithium battery pack with a 12-volt output runs a CPAP for 1 to 2 nights without wall power and costs under $300. Every CPAP user should own one. Judge the motor, not the housing. Buy the brand that builds its own compressor. The company that engineered its own blower and calibrated its own pressure sensor still stocks parts when the machine needs service. And when someone is counting on that motor to breathe, never buy the cheapest motor you find in the room. Sleep doctors already know which brands to trust. Now you do too.